right, we're talking about protecting your money and your identity. We've got Mark Hensley here from AARP North Carolina, the Triad region. Let's talk about how we can safely share files, because I think people have a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, so Tanya, our whole life is on a digital platform now. Bank statements, personal records, medical records, but things you also create. If you leave those on your device and do not back them up, if that device gets stolen or that device is broken, then you've lost your information. So the first thing you want to do is consider saving to the cloud. Well, what does the cloud mean? There are many storage services that are secure and safe. Some are either no cost or a very, very low cost, like Google Drive. It's very easy to use. There's others like Dropbox that has a little bit higher fee. OneDrive is a great option, and also the iCloud option that comes with many software packages. And there are many others out there, but these services come with a certain amount of free space to store your documents, and you can pay more, like $1 a month, for example, to save all of your files if you have a great number of files that you need to keep secure. There's another way you can do it as well that I would actually do as a second backup, and that is a USB flash drive. That's something that you can put in a safe, you can put it in a safe location. It's an affordable option that really offers a moderate amount of storage. Another option is an external hard drive. Now that costs a little bit more, but depending on the cost and what you're comfortable with, you have several options to maintain your files so they are backed up in the event of damage or theft. And we know people leave devices in taxi cabs, on planes, and they get gone.
Okay. This is a question from one of our viewers. Are Facebook ads likely to be scams?
Okay, if you hear nothing else, Google is your friend. Anytime you see something and you're like, that seems too good to be true, and you want to basically reverse research it. You want to take the name of the company or the product and you want to search it on Google. There will be reviews out there. If it is a scam, I promise you somebody has likely reported it. But go back to the old adage, if something is too good to be true, it probably is.
For sure. So I think this goes to the multi-factor authentication that we talked about a little bit. Someone's asking, is it good to have your banking access set up with a fingerprint?
Absolutely, because that fingerprint is unique to you. No one else can break into your device. And the same is true about your face image, because that is another secure way that only you with your image can get into your device.
All right, and we talked about strong passwords and things. This is kind of along the same line. Should you use different usernames for all your accounts? That's kind of like asking, should you also use different passwords for all your accounts?
Right, exactly. And that's the key point. If you use the same password over and over again, you're just increasing the likelihood that someone can crack that code and get into your account. So having multiple ways of user IDs is another way of protecting yourself.
So someone is asking, how do you report identity theft?
Oh, you call the North Carolina Attorney General's office. I'm sure we can put that up. I don't have it right in front of me, but the North Carolina Attorney General's office is the state office that you need to make sure that information is passed along, as well as report anytime you've been scammed. You can go to their website and you can put in a consumer fraud alert. And I would be remiss to not say, go on to AARP and sign up for the Fraud Watch Network. What that does is it alerts you if a scam or a fraud has been reported in your zip code.
Okay, and then a lot of folks are wondering as well, how do you protect your home network?
Okay, let's talk about your home net. One important way to protect your information is to protect your home network, because that is another door into you. Think of your router as the connection point between your device and the internet. So if malware gets into or onto any of your connected devices, it can spread just like a sickness, like a virus, onto all of your devices that are connected to that particular network. Your devices, your accounts, and the whole network are only as secure as your router. And you can actually Google securing your home network and get lots of technical tips, but it's the same things we're sharing today. It's about a unique password. I had a router a few years ago, and it was Quiet Sheep was the password, but it had lowercase, uppercase, and it was a connection of words that you wouldn't normally put together.
Right. And I think a lot of times you get that, fun, like those words or whatever they are from whoever you get your router from, maybe your cable company or something like that. That's probably something that you should probably change.
You absolutely should. You never leave the factory settings on there because, again, that is a standard setting that could be easily cracked. It needs to be something that you've created, only you know, and can secure your network. And the other thing is passwords can be so challenging. There are so many apps now that you can download that is a lockbox for all of your passwords so that they're secure for you. They're not written down on a piece of paper that you could lose or it could get taken, but there are multiple ways. And again, it's that double authentication that only you can get in to see the passwords and your user IDs.
Okay. And again, a lot of these points and recommendations were all done from a virtual class that AARP offers, and that's something that people should take advantage of.
Yes, we are certainly in partnership with the Federal Trade Commission. All of this comes from them, but it is our job at AARP. We provide classes called Fraud Watch Network, and they cover many different things from online scams. I know that in the future we're going to talk about romance scams, but fraud in and of itself has cost this country last year $8.8 billion of U.S. citizens' dollars taken by scammers. So we've got to help each other to make sure that we keep our information secure and out of the hands of fraudsters who can steal your identity and unfortunately take your hard-earned money.
All right, we appreciate your time and your expertise. We're going to take a quick break. If you missed any of this, you can find it in the Two Wants to Know section.